if you have money with an insurance company in Rwanda, your money is safe.
Aha, there she goes.
In the days to come, Juliana and the audience, is that I will be able to open up my phone and I can be able to scan my face, and my face can be able to tell me and say this person is a high risk or not high risk.
Oh, wow.
And based on that scan, it's a technology called LPPG, which basically I can be able to tell your health metrics by just a scan of your face remotely where you are. And with there, I can be able to have your basic metric of medical, and I can be able to tell and say, if I price based on this insight, I can price your premium this, because I can see either you're very healthy or I can see your risk is also very high. Now, based on actuary, if your risk is very high, your premiums are going to be high. If your risks are very low, then your premiums are going to go low.
The National Bank of Rwanda, first of all, ensures that it licenses the insurance sector. And what does that mean? From the onboarding process, there we are trying to give the sector the trust to understand that the National Bank of Rwanda takes care of what is taking place or oversees the business of the insurance, so that the policyholders are protected.
For a bigger conversation. Sponsor TN, everywhere you go.
We're about 33 minutes after 8 o'clock. This is 94.3 Royal FM. The heartbeat of Kigali is what you're listening to. And like we told you earlier, we have guests from the National Bank of Rwanda, and also other guests from the people from insurance, the insurance sector. And I'll start with a person from the National Bank of Rwanda, Madam Faith Batamuliza. Good morning.
Good morning, Juliana.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too, thank you.
Just come closer to your microphone, please. How have you been?
I'm doing well, thank you. Glad to be here once again.
Interesting. I also have a lady right on my left side who is Sheila Kiruka, all right, from Old Metro. Good morning, Sheila.
Good morning, Juliana.
Did I pronounce your name right?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Very correct.
How's Old Metro?
We are good. We are growing.
Interesting. I also have a gentleman on the other side who is actually from ASA. Is it how they pronounce? It's called Kevin Udahinduka. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Juliana. Good morning, Kigali, Loyal FM fans. Happy to be here.
Good to have you, Kevin. The insurance is called what?
The insurance is called Eden Care, Rwanda.
Okay.
We are based here in Kigali, among the best insurer in Rwanda. And we are happy to be here to also represent ASAR, the Association of Insurance in Rwanda.
I don't think she liked what you just said.
I do. We are partners. We are partners in providing care to Rwandans. So yes.
Interesting.
He's my partner.
Thank you.
So I am happy. When he succeeds, we succeed too.
So you believe that he's the best insurer?
Of the year 2025.
He said one of the best. He said one of the best, not the best.
Well, today's conversation, we're going to focus on insurance sector in Rwanda and exploring how far the country has actually come, the different types of insurance, key achievements and challenges, and of course the ongoing efforts to increase insurance coverage among Rwandans. I'll go straight to the National Bank of Rwanda. Faith, how is the National Bank of Rwanda involved in insurance?
Yeah, thank you, Juliana. Just to tell the public that National Bank of Rwanda is the regulator of the financial sector, and insurance is part and parcel. The National Bank is given the mandate by the law, which was updated in 2017. And then we do have a law governing the organization of insurance business. So that one gives also a mandate to the central bank to ensure that it involves in regulating, licensing, and supervising financial sector, which insurance sector is part and parcel of it.
Interesting.
Yes.
So how can the central bank ensure that public confidence is in insurance? In insurance continues to actually grow?
Yeah, thank you once again, Juliana. On that one, the number one I can say, the National Bank of Rwanda, first of all, ensures that it licenses the insurance sector. And what does that mean? From the onboarding process, there we are trying to give the sector the trust to understand that the National Bank of Rwanda takes care of what is taking place or oversees the business of the insurance so that the policyholders are protected. Secondly, the National Bank of Rwanda does supervision. It has to ensure that it looks at what the insurance business is doing, the claims being settled well, the consumers of insurance products being protected in the right way, their grievances being heard. So in that way, we are trying to ensure that the public gains more trust to the insurance. Again, I would say that we do put in place a number of laws and regulations that ensure that the business is done in the right way. So in that way, again, the National Bank of Rwanda is trying to promote the trust of the insurance. Again, like we are here today, we do make public awareness. One of the things that we've seen as a very big challenge is the low awareness by the public. Do people really understand the insurance? Do they understand its importance? Do they understand that this is a sector that is regulated so that they gain more trust on it? So we are here today once again as the National Bank of Rwanda, of course, partnering with our stakeholders, the Association of Insurance, a number of people from the sector to ensure that the public understands and they gain trust on the insurance.
That's what gets me asking right now. What is the government doing to be able to actually include many other initiatives?
Yeah, on that one, I can say that what the government does, it does it through the National Bank of Rwanda and the Ministry of Finance, and of course with the insurance sector working together. For example, we are currently developing a national insurance strategy. That strategy has a number of pillars, about 8 of them. Number one being public awareness, trying to digitalize the insurance products, developing customer-centric products, and there are a number of them. So with that insurance strategy being in place, it will have to solve most of the challenges that are limiting the uptake of the insurance products. Again, the government of Rwanda has done some initiatives like subsidizing the national insurance agriculture, whereby almost 40% is subsidized by the government. We understand that agriculture is the backbone of our economy.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
that is part and parcel of what the government is trying to ensure that that very sector is risk mitigated, or trying to make it risk-free so that the farmers can be able to gain more insurance.
But what people don't even know, I think most people had no idea that the National Bank of Rwanda is the regulator of the insurance. Most people, I think, had no idea, right?
Yes.
So I think this awareness is very key, that we get to know that we are regulated. I mean, insurance is regulated by the National Bank of Rwanda. But Angelo has some questions for you.
Quite interesting. And just moments ago, we just talked about some of the measures that BNR has taken to improve insurance penetration in Rwanda. You've talked about subsidizing agriculture as an initiative. Are there other initiatives?
Yeah. Number one, I gave that one of subsidizing agriculture. And again, the other initiatives that the government is doing encompassed within the national insurance strategy that is being developed. So the initiatives, I said, this one being part and parcel of the awareness.
That's good.
We've seen one of the challenges that, do people really understand the importance of insurance? Do they understand the products? I'm here with the experts who are going to explain a number of tailor-made products that could be made, and then the public could gain from that. So public awareness is one of the initiatives that, again, the National Bank of Rwanda is doing. Again, another initiative that is being done is, from the National Bank of Rwanda perspective, we introduce risk-based supervision. What does that mean again? We are ensuring that the sector is stable. And in that way, again, we are building the trust from the masses to understand that this sector is well regulated and then they can be able to gain that confidence. Again, there are a number of initiatives. I would say whatever the government does, it does it through the National Bank of Rwanda, Ministry of Finance, and of course working with the other stakeholders like the insurance sector.
Let's talk about the measures that BNR has taken to improve insurance penetration in Rwanda. What are some of those?
Yeah, that one I would say it, but leave much of it to be said by my colleagues.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I said one of the key things that is going to help this is that, first of all, it is this awareness. To increase the awareness, and then the uptake is taken. Secondly, is to ensure that the consumers of insurance products are well protected. That leads to gaining their confidence. Again, I would say that in trying to ensure that the masses do understand that whatever is done by the insurance sector is overseen by the central bank, that gives them the comfort and confidence to ensure that the penetration is increasing. Again, it is working hand in hand with the sector. So the National Bank of Rwanda itself does not offer insurance products, but the insurance products are offered by the insurance companies. So we supervise, we regulate, we do make sure that the grievances of the masses who take policies from the insurance companies are well heard and their grievances are well resolved, their claims are paid on time, so that then the insurance can be able to reach very many people.
Now, it gets me to ask on the role that the financial literacy perspective it plays in the growth of the insurance sector, because there are very many that you've mentioned. So, what role does the insurance financial literacy policy play in the financial sector?
I would say that one is not only from the insurance alone. Financial literacy, this is a journey that the central bank is trying to work, of course, with other stakeholders to ensure that the masses do understand their rights. They have to understand the products that are offered by the financial institutions. So the literacy is not at the level that we are yet happy to be with it. And that's why we are developing a number of strategies, not only the national insurance strategy, but recently there was a launch by the Ministry of Finance of the financial sector development strategy, which would also have part and parcel the awareness that would make people to understand or uplift their levels of understanding what exactly does the financial sector do. What is it that they can gain from it? What is it? How are they protected once they do have any issue with any financial institution? Yeah.
Interesting. Faith, I know we have put you on a spot for a very long time before we speak to the insurance people, but I have one more question. How is the government supporting innovation in the insurance industry?
Yes. The government, again, is supporting the innovation of the insurance sector. I'll keep on coming back to the national insurance strategy, being a very key strategy that will help this and uplift this one. I'm glad today here we are with Kevin, who is one of the, if I would say, the digital leading products. So from the from the government perspective, we would want the insurance companies to digitalize, to make their products end-to-end in a digitalized way that would ease to reach the customers, and even when they are claiming, again, to be done in a way that is digitalized to ensure that it doesn't take much of the time. So it is from that perspective that the government of Rwanda puts digitalization of insurance sector on the top, and again, that one is one of the pillars within the national insurance strategy that has to be done once it is approved.
Interesting. So we're going to take a break, and when we return, Sheila feels like she wants to answer that question. I can see she's burning to answer.
I wanted to add to what she said to confirm.
Okay.
As an actuary, I work with many regulators around the world, and the Rwandan regulator is around Africa, and the Rwandan regulator is probably the most proactive in terms of financial stability.
Okay.
So as an actuary, I'm the one who deals with the numbers. I can confirm if you have money with an insurance company in Rwanda, your money is safe.
Aha, there she goes. After the break, more of these questions are coming up. This is Kigali in the Morning. A bit of Kigali is what you're listening to, and we still have our guest here. We have Faith from the National Bank of Rwanda. We have Sheila from actually Old Mutual, and then we have Kevin And Kevin, this goes out to Sheila and Kevin for me right now. How would you describe the evolution of insurance sector in Rwanda over the past decade? Kevin?
Okay, over the past decade, let me pick up from where Faith left in terms of insurance stability. When I first started working with the industry 10 years ago, there was a lot that wasn't being done in terms of international best practice, in terms of the numbers. But I can say that because they are so proactive right now, in terms of stability, the industry is much more stable. And what I like about the regulator is that they always intervene when something is about to go wrong. So in terms of stability, the industry is much more stable.
That there's something is about to go wrong.
Exactly, because of the numbers that we as actuaries do. As actuaries, we're like doctors in insurance. So as we are like doctors, so we are able to say, this company is sick, you need to intervene, and they intervene. So that's why I'm saying they're very proactive. I love working with BNR. So in terms of stability, I can actually say you should never be scared if you have insured with an insurance company in Rwanda. Then secondly, in terms of digital, we've also come a long way. As Kevin will tell us, we now have an insurtech. So we have an insurer that's completely digital. But even us, the traditional insurers, we've also started digitizing. Like Old Mutual, now we are on Irembo. So you can buy our products on Irembo, for example. Many of our colleagues in the industry, you can either buy a product online through the website, through a USSD code, through WhatsApp. So we've really come a long way, both in terms of stability and also in terms of digitization.
Interesting. Kevin, how is technology being used to make insurance and health insurance more accessible and affordable?
Thank you, Juliana. That's a really great question. But maybe if I jump into that one of the tech, because we have a lot of audience on the, listening to us, and sometimes, people can think tech, what does it really bring to their lives? But in terms of stability and in terms of growth, we need to look at ourselves as Rwandans, where we've come from. The market has really grown. Let's assume that at the end of the day, the providers are not there, but let's look at ourselves as individuals. We've seen the growth from an economy-wise. So if we're all growing and you're seeing buildings all over Kigali, we're seeing a sports economy, we're seeing the development happening, it also means that human-wise, that the biggest asset we have is a human, and the human is also evolving, and it's running all these things. So at the end of the day, there are risks associated to that, and we as the insurers, we are here to be able to protect and prevent. So what I want to tell really the audience out there is that we all have risks. We have different risk appetites. And at the end of the day, don't just be out there thinking that whatever you have is just protected if you don't put measures to protect it. And we are here as part of those measures to be able to protect and prevent for whatever you have, so that you can continue growing. So don't walk every morning thinking, okay, if we look at NCDs, we are all, every now and then someone can easily die. The top disease
I like how you actually brought it as risks appetite.
Yes. Yes, risk appetite is simply because everyone can be able to cover the risks based on their income levels, and each can be covered at a different level. And at the same time, the insurers, we are there to be able to cover you at every part of your life journey. We don't treat the whole economy or the whole sector as people have the same income, but you can have products or services that can protect you at different levels. And all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, let's not be out there waiting for the regulator to enforce or the market to enforce certain insurance. Let's also be aware of ourselves that we need to be able to grow and protect what we have and prevent also some of these things, because the diseases are, they're here with us. They're not going anywhere. The only thing we can do is prevent. If it's an accident by road, the likelihood will happen, but are you insured? Are you protected at least as a minimum, so that in case something happens, you are safe? And that's what I want to really talk to the audience about. As much as we can say awareness and everything, the first thing everyone needs to really think about how safe I am and how can I protect whatever I have worked for or what I'm working for up to this particular moment.
Interesting. Since you are the tech man here,
Yes.
the one in charge of tech, I would like to ask another question here. The challenges, right? I mean, what are those challenges in digitalizing the insurance sector?
So, the tech really is here with us. It's not going anywhere. It's really part and everything that we're doing. We have within the market and as an industry, we need to start looking now tech as the fuel, that powers up the economy. Just like the fuel price changes, you get to feel the inflation. So the same as tech. So tech is in each and everything that we're doing. So among the challenges as far as from tech is concerned, for me, it's a lot more to do with access. For us to be able to spread and talk, just like we're here on the radio show, is because there's a technology that is enabling it. So how do we reach out to the general population with cost efficient awareness that people can know how do they buy some of these services? Sheila talked about being able to buy insurance on any Rainbow, because everyone now knows what Rainbow is. So how do we get into that? So for me, as the number one really, tech challenge is the awareness, the access of device, the access to internet, the access to information. I believe when people are empowered and they have access to information, then everything here we're talking about challenges, is the product right or wrong, we will actually get to know, because we can actually get feedback and be able to actually deliver. So for me, tech is, digital smartphones, the internet penetration and affordability. Are we able to afford this data? Are we able to afford these phones? And sometimes let's also address the monster in the room. We just don't need you to buy a smartphone or just to get internet. We need you to use these tools to be able to have a better life.
But Kevin, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that people with small phones, non-smartphones, can actually access your services?
Yeah,
The
it
button
is.
phones.
Yes,
With
USSD.
The buttons.
Hey,
Yes.
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 Yeah,
A
you
lot
can.
of
Yeah,
us
by the way.
have USSD codes.
Yeah. It's
interesting.
understandable.
Angelo has a question for you.
For me, it's on the
Sheila.
message. The message. Which message would you give to the public about embracing digital insurance and health insurance in particular? Because they're very important.
Health insurance is so important. Kevin has mentioned NCDs, non-communicable diseases.
Yeah.
So here we're talking about hypertension, things like heart attacks, diabetes, and so on. Cancer is on the rise, right?
So much.
So if we look at health, it's very important. And as he said, everyone has a different risk appetite. So if you're the kind of person who just wants to pay bills anytime when you get sick, then okay, that's okay to you. But some of us, we have a low risk appetite. So me, I want to pay a premium every month so that when I get sick, because it will happen eventually, then the insurance company will help me with that. So how I look at it is that as insurers, we help you to maintain dignity. In Kinyarwanda, we say agachiro. We help you to maintain dignity even when you fall sick. I have been once in a season of my life where I was broke and I had to ask people to contribute money for me to come out of the hospital. Unfortunately, I even had to spend an extra night. Do you know how embarrassing it is to spend an extra
Which you
night
had
in
to pay
hospital?
for.
And I had to pay for it.
Yes.
While still calling everyone I
Struggling.
know. I know we haven't spoken in 10 years, but I need money.
Yet you're ready to be discharged.
Yes.
Yes.
Dignity. You lose dignity when you have to beg for money because you're sick. And let's be real right now. As he said, NCDs, all of us, most of us at some point will have an NCD.
Yes.
So you'd rather pay a premium every month so that you're protected. And if you wait until you're too late, when you're too old, the premium will go up. But if you come to us sooner, in your 20s and 30s, by the time you reach your 40s, 50s, because we've been with you for a while, then your premium is actually cheaper.
So wait, make me
And not
understand.
just cheaper, maybe on that. The earlier you start, the idea is that we can also prevent. So we can actually be able to help you
Yes.
control and prevent some of these things before they happen. So whether we will
You would
advise
assign-
you, we will advise you walk 10 minutes a day or don't use lifts. So with the technology now, we can be able to tell where are you going, and if you're going in this direction, can you change your behavior so that you can have a better life? But if you're not with us, or if we're not working with you, then of course what Sheila is saying, you will come at the time when it's late,
What
and
I
it's gonna
didn't
cost
know,
you.
what I didn't know is
yeah.
the older you get, the more your premium becomes high. I had no idea.
Come to us for a quote on if you're 60 plus and
Yes.
you're new. Come to us for a
The
quote.
premium
You
is
see,
different.
The
Of
premium is
course.
different for someone who's been with us, because the person who's been with us, in addition to what Kevin is saying, we've also been assessing your risk. As an actuary, if I've been working with you, I know your risk, so you're less risky than somebody new. Somebody new could be coming just because they have diabetes. But if I've been with you since your 30s, I've already assessed your risks. You're less risky.
So if I'm 35, am I a better candidate?
If you're start now.
Your risk,
There are better candidates. 35 is not too bad. I would say 60 plus is where the premiums really shoot up.
But it begins early.
Start early,
Start
so
early.
that we know you, so that we have your data, so that we have your information. By the time you're 60, you'll actually have access to a lower
And
premium.
you always advise accordingly.
We always advise accordingly. Yes.
Interesting.
By
And
the-
now we are digital, right? Kevin can talk about. He didn't care about.
That's exactly where I'm going.
So we are
to.
making it easy.
Kevin, how is mobile technology improving access to insurance services in rural and undeserved areas?
So for me, the mobile access and not just maybe mobile, but also other devices that are out there. The idea is that can we be able to quickly get sales closed? So someone doesn't want to buy insurance and then you're taking a bus from wherever you're coming to
I'm
come
going
to
to
us.
give you on that. I'm going to give you a scenario. I was stuck at the border because I had not bought, it's called what?
The
Comesa.
Comesa.
The Comesa.
Yeah,
Oh,
come and
no.
say,
And what was really interesting is I had to call my insurer in Kigali, and it immediately, like about 10 minutes, they SMS'd me, and I was like, this is cool.
Nice.
Because you know, on the other side, it's actually more expensive when you're crossing.
Of course.
It's a little bit different from when you buy it in Kigali.
And so, and Jenna, with that, I would say, as we are moving, we should even have known as an insurer that you're already on the road to to cross, and we would have actually said, "Oh, Sheila, we see you're going. Please, can you buy, the
Oh, you
Comesa?"
can be able
we
to
can.
tell?
So
That's
you
where
have
we
to
need to get to.
This is where we are going, and
That's
the
where we need to
tech
get to.
or the tech or the insurance that now we have. Let's talk about from a vehicle standpoint. The telematics, we should be able to see the movement with the behavior of the driver, the behavior of the car, at what speed, and we can be able to insure based on some of those things. But right now, of course, the market is still evolving, and we're getting into that particular area. But the idea is that we need to make your life so simpler and easier, whether from whatever different type of insurances that we have, whether life or general or medical, such that we prevent. The idea here, and this is what really I need the audience really to listen to, is that we are here to prevent.
Okay.
We are here to ensure that something worse doesn't happen. But even if something happens worse, we have cushioned you.
Yeah.
We've given you the cushion so that you don't go back to poverty. They sometimes say that you're just one bill away of health or hospital, one bill away back to poverty. But we are here to do that. And the tech that we are putting in place, whether on the sales, whether on the claims with the hospitals to bring down the cost, or whether with the individual so that you can manage your health better, like wellness. We want you to walk. We want you to walk at least 30 minutes a day so that we can prevent you going to the hospital. And we can see from science and from the data that at least if you walk 30 minutes a day, you will avoid all these top NCDs that are killing us. And when I say top, sometimes we think malaria is the one that is killing us more. It's actually cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, it's true.
The hepatitis, this we just drop. But we can actually prevent some of these things by monitoring. I think the first thing really people need to start understanding, other than just the insurance that we are there, we use the data to be able to make decisions. But if you can start monitoring your own health metrics, how do I walk? Do I walk straight? Do I walk zigzag? Or do I, how is my BP? How is my BMI? If you can be able to have that.
Do we even know our BMI? We are just living.
There's apps for that.
Those are apps, and everyone has a phone. At least, the majority. Almost 30% have the smartphones, which can be able to track some of these things. It's not rocket science. All I'm saying out there, the tech is enabling us to live longer, and by
Interesting.
measuring and monitoring this, and you bring that data to us or you share it with us, then we can actually even help you better on how we customize your premium so that you can actually not have a big shock on your monthly expense.
All right, we get into the news, and we will still with people from insurance, Sheila, Kevin, together with Faith from the National Bank of Rwanda, right after the news. Good morning. Of Kigali is what you're listening to this morning, and time check is exactly 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're still talking to Faith from the National Bank of Rwanda, and Sheila from Old Mutual, and Kevin. Yes, who is our biggest insurer, he said. Faith, I have a question for you just before we let you go. What challenges does the insurance sector in Rwanda face, and how does the National Bank of Rwanda how is the National Bank of Rwanda addressing them?
Yeah. Thank you so much once again, Juliana, for this question. Yeah, there are a number of challenges that the insurance sector is facing, and I would highlight some of them. Number one being low awareness. And what do I mean by low awareness? So, do people really understand that insurance is key? So, like our theme is stating in this awareness, ensure your future, live confidently or secure. So, people struggle trying to put up very many things that they're in need of. Juliana, you can imagine where a person can try to save a lot of money. You build your dream house, you buy your dream car, but again, you don't think of how am I going to ensure that I protect this by having insurance policy of this very car, of this very house. So again, the awareness is very limited. People don't understand that the insurance is key in trying to act as a risk mitigation, in trying to secure their future, in trying to protect their variable assets. And again, I'm saying this is why we are here today, to explain that insurance is very key. Insurance can be affordable. You don't need to just get into it once. You can start it, like Sheila had mentioned about, if you start earlier, then you can be able even to save more and more as you protect your variable assets, as you ensure your life, as you ensure even your people that you're living with. So low awareness is one of the challenges that is hindering this sector in terms of its growth. And one of the what the National Bank of Rwanda is doing is making awareness for people to understand that insurance is very key. Insurance can be affordable. Insurance, to tell even the people who consume financial services that I know, again, another challenge that I can link where I'm still talking on this is the trust. Awareness and trust. One would think, what if I pay this amount of money and maybe this accident doesn't happen, or maybe my house...
I never fall sick.
I never fall sick.
I know people say for him they never fall sick.
Yes, but again, you're secure, and you know that even if my wish is not to fall sick, my wish is that when I fall sick, at least I have backup. That is, I have money that can be catered for my sickness. And again, you say, insuring my house. My wish is not my house to get on fire. But if it happens,
what if? Just
again,
in case.
I'm protected. I can be compensated. And then there, it helps you to live a confident life. You live confidently because you know you're secured because of the insurance cover that you have taken. And I was trying to explain the low awareness, which again goes hand in hand with the trust that people could be having in insurance. And one of the reasons, again, why there could be low trust is that at times, there is a way how people try to use very massaging words when you're attracting people to come and have insurance products. But when it comes to claiming, again, it takes a long process. And this is where the National Bank of Rwanda has been working with the sector. How do we improve the claim process? If indeed I have taken a policy, then can I be, once it has happened, can the claim process again be very simplified and it doesn't have to be long? Another challenge is lack of tailor-made products to the masses. So, like, we need to ensure that the insurance companies become innovative. So that someone lives in Kigali can be insured, someone living deep in the village, they also have to prepare the tailor-made products that can assist that person. So again, the challenge was on the being innovative. And again, I would come back and say that all these that I'm mentioning are part and parcel of what is put within the national insurance strategy that is going to address these challenges.
Interesting. That gets me asking, Sheila, how has the regulatory environment shaped the development of insurance services in Rwanda?
So let me pick up from where she talked about the national insurance strategy.
Yes.
So firstly, BNR is always led by strategies and reports and data. So I'll give an example.
And policies.
And policies, yes. So they don't just do things haphazardly. So the sector has developed because they always have a plan. Like when I started working with the industry in 2017, motor insurance.
You've been here for a while, eh?
I have.
You're in a surety.
Yes, motor insurance was making losses. Yeah, but BNR has been very proactive. We worked together with the industry, with the actuaries, and now motor insurance is almost breaking even. And it took a lot of collaboration and reports and data. So maybe I can start by saying that, firstly, BNR relies on a lot of data, evidence, and policies to make decisions, and they have helped the industry develop in terms of, as an actuary, I'll always start by talking about profitability, stability. So the numbers are looking good for insurers
Since
in
you
Rwanda.
are in numbers.
Yes, since I'm in numbers, I can tell you from when I started working with the industry and now, the industry is strong. It is I told you I'm like a doctor for insurance. I can tell you, Rwanda insurance industry, healthy, tick. And that is because of how BNR has helped us to develop. But on top of that, they're always challenging us. We get letters asking us, why are you taking too long to pay claims? Why did you recently increase your premiums like this? They are always challenging us, and in a very healthy way. So they help us to be more customer centric, to listen to the customer and so on. And now, as I finish off, what I really believe is important in the national insurance strategy is, you see, insurance is a journey. You as a client, when you go to the hospital, all you know is I fill in a claim form and then I give it to the hospital and they pay my claim. But for us, we have so many stakeholders in the ecosystem. We have the hospital, the pharmacy, the laboratory, the agent, the broker. We have all those people. So for us to now create an end-to-end digital customer journey for you, what would that mean? It would mean even when you go to hospital, there's no filling in of forms. In fact, probably you just have a number that we send you. The hospital already has your details. That's all you need to do. So that is the dream, to create that kind of end-to-end seamless digital journey. What will that do? As an actuary, I can tell you, expenses are part of our premiums. When expenses go down, our premiums will go down. So that is I think pillar 4 in the national insurance strategy, where they are now going to now assist us to go a step further, where we can now make insurance not just stable but also easy.
Okay.
Easy to use, easy to administer, and also meeting the customer where they are. If you're in the village, insurance can reach you where you are. If you're in the office, it can reach you where you are. That is now the next step that they're taking us to. Like, okay, fine, now we are stable. The numbers are fine. We are strong. There's trust. You can trust the insurance companies in Rwanda. But the next step is, how do we now focus on the customer to make sure that their journey is
seamless.
Seamless. And now that they're doing that through this strategy.
All right.
Julia, can I just jump in on something that maybe wasn't really answered well?
Sure.
I think the audience or even the market thinks that if I pay insurance, and I think this question came up, and I don't get sick or the risk doesn't happen, I'll keep paying. How do I feel? Now, that has been the trend, but that is changing today.
How
With
so?
the insight of technology and the data that we have, we now can be able to tell your history, your data metrics, whether from health, your expenses at the hospital. So with that, at least with what we're doing with the Eden Care, we know that first of all, if I prevent you if you get healthier, I know that if I spend $1 in prevention, I will save like $13 for you to go to the hospital. And what that means is that if I have covered you and you're getting healthier and you're expecting that your premium will still be the same, it shouldn't. Your premium will go lower because we are seeing healthy patterns. Meaning by the time you go renew, you will get a discount because we can see that you did not go to the hospital or spend as much, because we've been encouraging you to get healthier. So if we have been, if we've been encouraging you to walk, which we didn't care, if you take a walk and meet some of these targets, we actually even reward you for those particular measures that you're doing. But in reality, what it's really impacting, it's impacting your spend at the hospital, meaning that by the time you renew, we should be able to see, oh, okay, this is your spend that happened. We can see your health metrics or wellness score has gone up. So if your wellness score has gone up and we've kept giving you rewards, maybe to the gym or to the healthy hubs that are available, you've been going to your sports, we can track all those metrics. And with that, you will get a discount. And within the contract, we've even given you the performance target. If you can move this way, then this is how your discount is going to be.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is what technology and where we are moving. And I'm talking that from a health perspective, but even we will move, good that we have an actuary in the room here, we will be moving that even to other sectors.
Yeah, it's where I wanted to mention, Kevin, if I could supplement you on that. Not only from the medical perspective alone, the National Bank of Rwanda has been requesting the sector to have what we call risk-based pricing. And again, having what we call no claims discount. Exactly speaking to what Kevin has been saying. Not only from the medical, let's say you have your car, you've been driving it, you took its policy, but you haven't got any accident. You didn't claim for this year, you didn't claim for next year. So your insurance company should have the record and see, because Juliana hasn't claimed for the consecutive 2 years, then there is a need to make a discount for her. So that means
she's a careful driver.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Therefore, you have what we call risk-based pricing from the industry that is going to make people come for the insurance, not knowing that I'm just paying without maybe benefiting from my payment. But you're again gaining because you're getting what we call no claims discount that is being offered to you.
Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also talk to us or send us a WhatsApp if you have any questions for people in studio right now on 079-123-0600. If you have any questions for them before they leave, please send us an SMS there or a WhatsApp and we'll be able to read it out. And let me shoot to Kevin right now. In what ways can digital platforms build trust with users who are unfamiliar or skeptical about online services, insurers?
That's a great question, Juliana. And let's remove the myth that there is online insurances and there's physical insurance. Look, we are all licensed. We all have offices. We have locations. When we say online, we are simply trying to make your life easier, that you can engage your insurer wherever they are located physically or the offices in a seamless way. Look, we spend too much time now on the roads and moving around. So we prefer that the online can address your needs where you are, but it doesn't take away the trust, because already that institution has been licensed, has been regulated by the industry. We're only using the online from perspective of being able to easily deliver to you where you are and reach out to the many, because one of the challenges has been, do I deploy a fleet of human agents all over the country versus actually do I use the social medias or the online presence? And I would probably reach out much faster if I did that, because every now and then everyone is buying things on their smartphones. I think soon we shall introduce maybe a reward for people to walk straight upwards, because we're all embedded into our phones. But the reality of the online, for the audience, whatever insurance that is selling their solutions online, it means they are legit, they are licensed. You can always even check with on the side of the National Bank, because they publish those that are licensed. So you can trust them as well as those that are physical. So there's really no much difference. The only difference is that you're saving money and the hassle for you and time, so that you don't really go to the place. And then secondly, if it's you're online, it means we are going to personalize, because at the end of the day, we're going to have more insight about you, so we can actually tailor the solution or the premium based on the information you give. And in the days to come, Juliana and the audience, is that I will be able to open up my phone and I can be able to scan my face, and my face can be able to tell me and say this person is a high risk or not high risk.
Oh, wow.
And based on that scan, it's a technology called LPPG, which basically I can be able to tell your health metrics by just a scan of your face, remotely where you are. And with there, I can be able to have your basic metric of medical, and I can be able to tell and say, if I price based on this insight, I can price your premium this, because I can see either you're very healthy or I can see your risk is also very high. Now, based on actuary, if your risk is very high, your premiums are going to be high. If your risks are very low, then your premiums are going to go low. So this is where we've reached with the technology, that I can literally, where you are remotely, open up your smartphone as you like to take your a selfie. This time that selfie, it will give me
selfie.
it will give me a BP, it will give me a blood pressure, it will give me a heartbeat, it will give me all these different levels that the RPPG can be able to measure, and then we can be able to price you, and we can also identify that it is who you are. So this is where, for me, I say digital platforms are here for you to enable your service, not to cost you more, actually to make your life and even your premiums go lower, because we are lowering the cost of delivering the insurance.
I think another way we can build trust is also just paying claims. And I think as insurance companies, we don't tell our stories very well. Like now, the story you had about Comesa, that's a very good story, but you'll never hear such stories.
You would have
online.
never had it if you didn't
Yes.
come through here.
Exactly. I'll give you another story. Again, I told you there's a disease that I'm managing as Old Mutual Rwanda, where if you get to King Faisal, from the time you get there, there's somebody who actually helps you. If you're admitted, like now when I was admitted, they helped me to get a good room and all that. They walked with me throughout the whole admissions process. So you see, that story, I've never told it to anybody. This is probably the first time I'm saying it. So we don't tell our stories well. So I think another way that we can build trust is simply by telling our stories. That story that you had of Comesa, someone who had an accident and their claim was paid, someone who had whose house was burnt or the business but was burnt and they were paid, someone like me who went to King Faisal and I was helped in the admission process. I think we need to use more of social media to actually just tell our stories simply, because we do pay claims, by the way. It is a myth that we don't pay claims.
We actually pay claims.
We pay
Yes,
claims.
and the regulator
We
is
actually pay
there.
claims.
The regulator is there. If you don't pay, if you don't pay them in time, there is compliances
They'll be at
that you
your
have to
door.
make.
And as I told you, they are very proactive. If we are not paying claims, they come for us for sure.
Angelo, do you have another question?
Yeah,
maybe?
quite a few, but it's really insightful information. But also, I'm interested in insurtech startups. Let's talk about that. How are insurtech startups disrupting traditional insurance models, and what can legacy insurers like you, for example, learn from them?
Oh, that's a really good question. We are definitely learning from them, and all the technology he's talked about, watch this space as Old Mutual. We are soon to launch very similar. So I would say it's a good thing. The insurtech being in the industry is a good thing, because they are showing us what is possible. So I can actually assure you, I even have a name for the app that we are actually going to to implement soon, and it's because of people like Kevin and Eden Care actually challenging us. So the first thing I think as traditional insurance is that we need to learn from them, because they are more customer centric, they understand the customer more. And as Old Mutual, definitely we are doing that. I told you, now we're on Irembo. If we have all our products on our website digitally, so we are learning from that. That's the first thing. The second thing, I think also, if you look at South Africa, Old Mutual South Africa actually partners with an insurtech called Pineapple. We need more of that in East Africa, not even just Rwanda. We need more of partnerships between traditional insurance and insurtechs, because they bring the agility and the customer centricity and the tech. We bring the stability, the knowledge of many years, and so on. So those are the two things. We need to learn from them, and we are. And secondly, we need to see more partnerships like what Old Mutual South
So you
Africa
embrace
did.
innovation as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Kevin?
And maybe to add on to the insurtech space, look, first of all, why are they there? And they are there because simply the incumbent insurances, or even the financial sector, we've not moved very fast. So the idea of the insurtech is that they are able to specialize in a certain niche, and that niche, let's talk about maybe claims. So we all have service providers that we have to pay. Whether you've gone to a hospital or a garage or wherever, we have service providers we have to pay. And how do you efficiently collect over 10,000 claims or invoices every month or every day and process them efficiently and pay within the contract and pay within the compliance checks and all that. If you're going to put a human fleet to do it, it will not happen. But we have insurtechs that have maybe specialized and say, okay, I'll give you an AI engine that can actually help maybe 90% that those claims you're getting can actually be automated. And what that means really is that we are freeing a lot of time and resources to be able to quickly process and quickly to be able to pay. And the faster we can pay within the industry, the faster the economy also can move, because you're also freeing up the cash flow, or you are giving cash flow within the industry so that people can be able to do their whereabouts. So one of the ways is, digitizing our claims, which as we've done, and that is more efficiently to be able to handle the efficient way of being able to claim. And that's from the end user may not be seeing it because it happens between the hospitals and us, but usually we have, if Faith mentions the numbers, we would be getting maybe some fines at the end of the day. But the shocking part is that we should not take more than 30 days. Even 30 days is a lot to pay our claims or to pay our debtors, because they have already given or they have gone out of credit to offer services to our customers. So we need to bring that down, and with the efficiency the banking industry, because I'm also a banker that we've seen, we can actually be able to have a claim. I can go to a hospital today and I can still be able to have the claim submitted today, and I can actually have it paid today. That is possible within the ecosystem or the infrastructure that has been put in place. But now we have to put the enablers like the AI and the automation to make it happen. Because if we go the human way of me getting the receipt and someone sending it by courier and whatever, it will never happen. But the infrastructure is already in place.
Kevin, I have two questions for you before we wrap up. One is, how are the partnership between the public and private sectors being used to expand insurance? And then another one, how are insurance companies innovating to actually reach informal sector workers or the low income earners?
So maybe I can quickly speak maybe from the the public partnering with the private, and one of the ways, honestly, is the associations. The associations need to talk more. Because we have every sector here in Rwanda or industry has some sort of an association, and these associations need to represent the people who are members in that. And one way is to ensure that we are organizing these discussions in terms of how the associations, we can be able to know each other's needs and be able to address them. And this takes us to go, if it's the association of insurance, how do we work with the association of farmers or cooperatives, so that now we can be able to tailor and create solutions that actually meet the particular those needs. And where now also it becomes very interesting with the partnership is now start looking at how do we embed insurance in each and everything that we're doing. We have the banking, we have the insurance, and I can tell you insurance cannot exist without banking. We are basically brothers and sisters. So if we're brothers and sisters in what we're doing, how do we also become brothers and sisters to deliver embedded insurance in what we do? Because somewhere, one way or the other, someone is transacting. If I'm buying airtime or if I'm doing a transfer, why not build embedded insurance in some of these particular transactions so that they can cushion the consumer in whatever they're doing? So those are some of the different collaborations that we need to be able to do, so that now insurance becomes part and parcel of your life, not something that you go look around, but it's actually in there in case now you fall. I have a very interesting story from Gachindro when it burnt down. One, as you have seen, every year, pretty much almost there's something that burns.
Always happens.
Yes, and we have a lot of stock that is sitting there. And now this guy didn't know, because he got a loan that was already insured, but his stock burnt out, but he really didn't know, and he was really going back to poverty, to be honest. But because we had embedded insurance in his cover of the loan, we were able to pay off and pay back because everything was. But he didn't.
He had no idea.
He had no idea because he needed money, but within the insurance, the terms, the statements, everything are in there, and it was embedded. But because of lack of awareness, he was not. But he actually saw the importance of it. So how do we embed? It's a good example of how we can actually embed insurance in some of these things so that you are covered. Now for the remote,
the low income earners.
The low income earners, we have insurances that have built micro insurances, and this is related sometimes to motorbikes that you can actually be able to, as you charge your battery, as you fuel up, basically the insurance is built within that particular service so that in case you get into an accident or whatever, it will cover you at the hospital, it will cover you for the whatever property that you've done, because we are trying to adopt the insurance or the premium within your revenue streams. Not because not everyone is going to be paid monthly, not everyone is going to be paid quarterly, some people are paid daily. So how do we now put in within your daily income that every time you're earning your revenue, that there's also an insurance component that is covered. So those solutions are already available in the market.
All right, we've come to an end, but I will take every one of you a minute for every one of you to give us their final remarks. Faith from the National Bank, what your final remarks?
Yeah, thank you so much, Juliana. The final remarks is to tell the public that we are here to let them know that insurance is very key. National Bank of Rwanda is there as the regulator of financial sector and of course the regulator of the insurance sector. So have trust in it. Just know that there is an overseer for them, and then take up the insurance, because we really want to have insurance penetration increasing.
And our monies are safe.
Just be rest assured that your money is safe because you have the regulator being there for you.
Interesting. Sheila, what are your final remarks?
My final
for
remarks
your clients?
We are very lucky that we're in a country where we trust the government. And I can tell you, as the actuary who works very closely with the government, the numbers are fine. I can put, that green tick on WhatsApp when it comes to the stability of the insurance companies in Rwanda. I'm the one who works closest with BNR. I can put a tick.
Wow.
So I just want to supplement her and say, even from an actuarial point of view, in terms of international best practices and everything, they are aligned. You can trust the industry. Your claim will be paid.
Interesting.
Kevin, what are your final remarks here?
So my final remarks is really that digital insurance makes healthcare much more simpler and faster, and we want to make that impact into the Rwandans or the communities that are living in Rwanda. And at the same time, the future of healthcare is really digital, and if you can embrace it, I'm sure the insurance in the market come challenges, not just from giving you the better premiums, but even the service providers or the insurtechs come. We're here to be able to create solutions that can actually be able to deliver the insurance much more fast so that we can actually grow together within the market. So we are ready for you. Please do come and talk to us.
Thank you very much, and please come back for more sensitization, because so many things we have just gotten to know today that we had no idea about. Yeah, come back next time.
We're happy to come back. Thank you.